What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 63 of Level Up. Today we have Ghost Recon Online, Ubisoft's newest tactical online shooter. That is a third-person shooter. And today we're also joined with the awesome, the most rabid penguin you have ever seen, Mr. Jake Rossetti. What's up, Jake?
What is up?
What is up, man? Alright, so the first thing I want to show you guys is the customizability of this game. Now, as you see here, this is my loadout for my Recon class. But, if we go to the change character, we have a 1, a 2, a 3 classes to choose from. We have Assault, Recon, and Specialist. Assault is sort of like the up and, close sort of shooter type guy. Recon's the submachine gun or sniper guy. And Specialist is the oh my god, you mad bro shotgun guy. At least that's what I've experienced with them.
Oh my god.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and click the Recon because that's my favorite class so far. And as you see here, you have your ghost feed, which is basically all your achievements, all your level ups, all that stuff right there. And then you also have the latest thing in the item mall. And then let's check out the item mall to show you guys there's no such thing as a pay a win in this MMO. I don't know why I'm speaking Italian, but who cares? So as you see here, everything can be bought with either requisition points, which is the RP, or ghost coins, which is really awesome because in the typical MMO third-person or first-person shooter, you have a gun that is only buyable by cash, and it always ruins every single game that I go into. So I'm happy that they did not do that with this game because everything is also level capped where you can't just hop in this game, pull out your debit card, and buy the best gun in the game. You actually have to level up to it, so that's pretty cool. And as far as reach goes, like, how long will it take me to get 32,000 points? Well, it'll probably take you about 60 games, if not less, depending on how good you are. But how good I am, probably about 60 games. So it's not that bad, to be honest. And then you have your snipers, your pistols. There's a lot of stuff in this game. There's oh crap, I said weapons again. There's also your devices. You can go cloak or oracle. You can also get squad support stuff.
I
there's
recommend
armor.
Oracle.
Yeah, oracle is amazing. It's like wall hacking. I'll show you guys that in the video. Then you have your armor, which you can also upgrade. I'm actually gonna show you guys how upgradable this game is. We go customize. There's different stuff that you can upgrade and customize with. Like I have SAPICMK2 that is 2,500 durability on my armor, and also I have another one. It has health and critical evasion, so I've spec'd my guy to be a little bit more beefier with this armor piece. So it's pretty cool how there is a lot of stuff to check out in this game. So who's the party leader? I'm the party leader, so let's go ahead and click search. But before I do that, there is 4 maps currently available to us. I think these are the only ones. Shearwater 51, yeah. Coro Lavolve Towers, or how you pronounce that. Chertan Novo LZ, and then Markov Station. And there's Onslaught and Conquest. 2 very tactical styles of play, and we're gonna go ahead and hop into the queue. But first off, Jake, what's your pros and cons about this game before we get into this match? Like as far as the customizability goes, like do you have any pros or cons referring to that?
Well, there's not very many. Like, there's some people out there that like to like customize their person, but there's not much. I think you get to choose their face. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's about it as well.
Yeah, and another con. It's like a really big con for me is, as you'll see in the game, you can't switch classes like in the middle of the game. You have to wait till the whole game is over and you're at the main menu.
Yeah, that's a huge con because I mean, right now if I want to press escape and go change character, I could do so, but like during a match I can't do that. So that is a pretty big con. Although if you have multiple guns, you could switch guns and loadouts.
Yeah,
just not classes. So I found that pretty interesting how they let you do that, but you can't switch classes. It's realistic, but
I mean. Other than that, the game's pretty good. There is a slight like latency error, but
yeah,
you learn to work around that.
Exactly. If you guys want to know what graphics settings I am on, I'm actually on medium for the video, because I was actually getting stutter steps going on. But for the most part, this game doesn't look too much beautiful. Other than, I mean, it looks very beautiful, But like going from medium to high, there's not really that much of change. So when I switched it, I made sure that there wasn't a lot of change to it. That way you guys get the same amount of awesome graphics as you would if you were to watch it on high graphics. What graphics settings do you play on, and typically what frame rates do you get in the game?
I play on medium just
Play on
because
medium.
I don't like to like I can play on high, but I like to have it as crisp as possible for my computer. So
Yeah, it's typically what I do as well. I typically want to just lower the settings a little bit. And what's funny is some games actually look better on the lower settings. Like, for
this
example,
this game looks so beautiful, even on medium. I mean, the maps are so like well designed.
yeah, they're very detailed. That's one of the things that I want to talk about when we get inside the game is the detail of the maps and how many sectors there are to them. It's ridiculous. Ubisoft did a great job with this game, in my opinion. But as soon as we get a queue, I'll be able to show off
I
all
know.
that stuff. It's a waiting game in Ghost Recon Online because it is
I
closed
just
beta.
I just hit cancel and then retry. That's all I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that too. Because we've learned in every Blizzard game known to man that there is queue problems. I don't think I've ever seen any game developer fix that, where you can queue and just sit there for hours, but as soon as you like stop your queue and re-queue, you automatically get like a pop. It's kind of
I
weird.
know. Zach, question of the day.
Question of the day.
Are you going to buy Black Ops 2?
I'm going to shit on Black Ops 2.
I'm not buying that game.
No, I'll probably do the same thing I did with Modern Warfare 3 if I even feel like it, because there's so many good MMOs coming out.
What, get it
And
for like 20 bucks?
yeah, exactly. I would rather get that game for $20 than actually give them $60 that they don't deserve. You know, I mean, it's just copy
I'll
paste.
just go to a friend's house and play it
Yeah,
and see if I like it.
I would rather buy Ghost Points, Ghost Coins than buy Black Ops. I mean, come on.
This game is a lot more fun than Call of Duty, I must say.
Oh, it's very fun. It's one of those games that
It's very teamwork.
yeah, very teamwork oriented. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and exit out this video till we get into a match that we guys don't have to watch 10 minutes of us talking about nothing because the queue times are sometimes terrible. So be right back. Alright guys, so we are back in the game and now we actually got a queue and it's the warm-up session while we wait for this lobby to fill up. One of the things I like about Ghost Recon actually is it actually waits for players rather than like say in Modern Warfare or say Battlefield where you can hop into a very low populated server and it's really boring. Luckily for us though, we got one of my favorite maps, so maybe I'll actually do good on this map. But one of the things that I want to stress about this game, it's very tactical. So as you see, it's a third-person shooter. I could slide to crouch. I could also slide, actually jump prone. And you could also, the best thing about this game, there's a lot of product advertisements. No, I'm just joking. But there actually is. There's Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, all over. But the cool thing, once I kill this guy, hopefully, yep, I killed that guy. You can actually duck and cover. Like, I'm actually hiding behind a wall right now, and everything is coverable behind. But what's the cool thing is, what Jake brought up earlier, is every time you do so, you actually have stats that improve, like your recoil goes down, your accuracy goes up, and stuff like that. That way, you actually are rewarded for doing the duck and cover.
And it changes every like different cover you have.
It
Like if you
does.
do a lay down cover, it'll change the numbers of like the minus.
Yeah, exactly.
whatever
I'm
you
trying to
call it.
get a duck and cover right now so they can see. I'll do it right now. Alright, so if you duck behind, see how it says 20% less recoil and stuff? That's all the stat changes you get just by ducking behind something. Or, you know, even if you're just prone, your stats change. It may not tell you, but they do change. And there's also critical hits in this game as well. Something that a lot of shooters don't really have. They have pressure points where, like, the best place to hit someone, but not necessarily critical hit.
We just
And-
got rolled.
Yeah, but we're capturing this, so we'll be good. So, Jake, what games would you compare Ghost Recon Online to?
Ooh, Gears of War.
Gears of War?
Well, not really the tacticalness of it, more of like the gameplay itself. Because like the third person of it feels more like Gears of War.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I haven't really played any like more tactical games than this to compare like tacticalness. The most I can compare to it is Battlefield 3. I mean, it's not that tactical, but it's tactical enough to like have at least some comparison to it.
Yeah, Battlefield 3 is pretty tactical, and you mentioned Gears of War 3, I mean Gears of War, which is a very good comparison, I think, in my opinion, because of the fact that it does have the duck and cover system, so you have that, that sort of tacticalness, because you do have to think when you're doing third-person shooters rather than first-person shooters, where you can just run around and have a heyday.
You cannot come into this game
With the Call of Duty
playing it.
mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot, absolutely not. Or you're just gonna go 0-20 every match.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
You
just
have
not
to,
gonna work.
yeah, you have to sneak a lot in this game. And there's also a lot of cool power-ups too, like Oracle. I think you guys just saw me use it a moment ago. It's basically a wall hack device where it will look through the walls for you and try to detect people. And it's really awesome because these aren't overpowered because you actually have cooldowns on them. Like, they take a while to recharge and stuff. So you're not just, like, gonna walk in with Oracle all day long and just annihilate everybody. You actually have to use it wisely to keep the time near the max. That way you could use it for the longest period of time possible. Oh, there's a guy right down there.
I don't know if you noticed, if you like, well, I noticed.
Alright, so here's that, see that wall hack right there? Use it, and I die anyways, because that guy was in cover. And that's one of the bad things about Oracle as well, is it does not show cover that well. So you may see a guy through a wall, but you're not necessarily sure if he's undercover or not. So there is cons to using it. There's also invisibility as well. The cons to using that is you could see, it's sort of like in Halo. Like, if you use a cloaking device in Halo, you are going to be able to be seen a little bit because you can see the chameleon sort of like camouflage note going on. I can't really describe it. You could sort of see a little bit of the camouflage, so it's not like you're invincible, which is really awesome.
I don't know if you noticed, but if you like, you know how you gotta buy the grenades. Yeah, you gotta like buy every grenade that you have, like separately, I think, or you can buy them by 2s or 4s. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can buy like 10 at once, but you can only equip 2. So that I like that because it really like holds back grenade spam, which is always a problem in shooters.
In any shooter, yeah. Let's kill that camper right there. All right, guys. So what they probably want to hear is this game worthwhile? There's a lot of first-person, third-person shooters out there, but what separates Ghost Recon? Well, in my opinion, it's the tacticalness of it. We've already talked about this a little bit, but it's so tactical that it's ridiculous. Like,
heads
literally,
up.
oh, yep, heads up. Double kill! But it's really cool how tactical this game is, because I haven't really played a tactical shooter for a long time. The game that I would compare this to, Rainbow Six. All the Rainbow Six games or Splinter Cell games, because you have to be tactical. And it's like what Jake said, you can't expect to come in here like in Call of Duty and just wreck everybody. You're going to get annihilated if you do so. So it's really cool how they did that to sort of balance out the retardness of the community, I guess you could say.
A lot of people come into this game like with team.
Yeah, exactly. Like, with
they're gonna stick together and they're gonna have their way of moving around the map together. So if you're running around trying to go all Call of Duty MLG, you're just gonna get wrecked.
Exactly. And if you camp, you're gonna get wrecked because people will flank you. Because this game has a lot of cool corridors within its systems. Like, you're seeing like a little bit of the corridors I'm talking about, because this map isn't. This is probably the most closed-in map, unfortunately. The last map that we were on, I was able to crawl under a lot of pipes and stuff and just sneak and flank them constantly. And it allows that dynamic of being aware of your environment rather than, let's say, like Call of Duty. Sorry to use that reference and beat it with a dead horse. But you got to realize what you're doing at all times. Because if you don't, you're going to get wrecked. There's really no forgiving in this game. There's no forgiveness whatsoever. Like, I missed barely by a hair and that guy wrecked me. So you have to be very accurate. You have to be very tactical. You can't just run and gun, because whoever gets the first shot is going to annihilate. So overall, what are your opinions towards Ghost Recon? Do you like, what's your pros and cons of the overall game, Jake?
Not really much at all. I like everything about this game except for you can't change classes. That's about the only thing that I don't like about this game.
What are the main things that you love about it, though? Like, if you
Uh,
had to narrow it down to like two things, what would it be?
number one is just I like the tactical gameplay. I just really like that, and I like how you have to really you can't just stand there. I have to throw this out, kind of like Call of Duty. You can just sit there and hold down the trigger and have no recoil at all.
Yeah.
This you actually have to be very precise and burst fire because these guns are very hard to control.
Yeah, I just showed that. I just showed that to him. I mean, I have a silencer on my gun, but if you don't have a silencer on your gun, oh god, it's like what he said. You have to be very precise. You have to burst fire that thing, and hope that your
Get 'em.
bullets hit it. Because just like in Battlefield, as much as your, I guess you say, crosshairs like go apart from each other, the less accuracy you're gonna have, regardless of where your crosshairs are aimed. So like if I'm aimed directly at a head of a target, but I've been spraying constantly or I'm moving a lot, my accuracy is going to go down. Bullets are going to go where they're not intended to go. So that's a pretty cool thing about this game, is the fact that it does have that recoil and lack of forgiving system where, like in Call of Duty, you can pretty much just run around and rape everybody because you have no recoil. And that's one of the cool things about this game, is the fact it does have recoil, and it does feel somewhat realistic, even though you do have those camouflages and stuff like that. You still have the very tacticalness and the very, I guess you could say, unforgiving style of gameplay, rather than most shooters where you can just run and gun.
This is not a very good sniping map.
As far as map variation, do you feel that some maps are good or bad, or what do you think about the maps?
None of the maps are really good or bad. It's just the way you play them and like what class you use. Every map is made for like different classes and different people on what they like to use on each map. So I don't really think any of the maps are that bad.
Yeah, like this map's more intended for submachine guns and assault rifles, in my opinion. I mean, there is some long corridors for snipers, but it's like you said, you're not really gonna get too many kills with the sniper. I mean, I just got sniped, but that's beside the point. One of my cons about this game, I know Ubisoft is a publisher of many hit games, but do you seriously have to put that many posters about product advertisement? Like Assassin's Creed 2 and Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. These posters can be seen around everywhere. Luckily, we actually won that round, which is very awesome. We did a great job stepping it
Did I
up.
get a kill?
Did you get a kill? Oh,
I guess I got a kill
got
somehow.
He got one kill.
Dude, this is not a good sniping map at all. I should have
Yeah.
chose a assault class.
Yeah, I got 5 and 6 on that one. So I did
Oh,
pretty
another
decent.
thing is just because the stats on a gun is better doesn't make the gun better.
Yeah.
I learned that today because I bought a very expensive gun and it did not work at all. And I just was like, all right, let me try the default gun. And I got like 5 kills. and
Yeah, because some
life.
of them have more power behind them, but the recoil is more. And judging on if you can control that or not, you're gonna have different results. So definitely exactly what he said. You gotta look at the stats pretty much. If you don't look at the stats, you're gonna get destroyed, and that's never a good thing in shooters. There's a guy right behind over here, and I don't want to die because of him. Oh! I wasn't close enough to the edge.
Damn it. That was my fault.
That's your fault. There's also push to talk in this game. Another thing I want to mention, there's push to talk. And what's really cool about it is you can coordinate as a team if you choose to. Not a lot of people do because they're used to Call of Duties, Battlefields, you know, all the different other free-to-play shooters that are out there as well. So they're not really used to having communication. But there is communication out there for the tactical player who wants to do that. So that option is there as well. And another thing that I really like about this game is the fact that it has a very awesome interface. Like, most games out there have a decent interface, but this one, in my opinion, has probably one of the better interfaces and looks of any first-person or third-person shooter out there. And I almost just killed myself with a grenade, like a boss. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move up here to capture. But the main thing with, like, the graphics and look of this game is it looks very complete. Like, it's not... It does... Like, nothing stands out in a bad way, in my opinion. Like, this game just looks good all the time. And there's really nothing that pops out that's like, why the hell did you guys add that? Like, wouldn't you say the same thing, Jake? Like, the
Yeah.
game's graphics style is pretty good and consistent?
Yeah, they have it really set up as if it was like actually like real. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing there that would like not really be there.
Exactly. Like, for example, Call of Duty. I hate beating this. I hate this beating the hell out of Call of Duty. But
It's so true though.
yeah, this game is so much different from it. So we can sort of, compare and contrast them, because there's going to be a lot of people who come from Call of Duty expecting a Call of Duty type shooter. They're not going to get one, but what they're going to get is like a Rainbow Six / Gears of War style of play. But what's really cool, and one second, I need focus to kill this guy, and I'm gonna die. Yeah, I killed him. I did it. But what's really cool is the fact that since it looks consistent, you're not seeing stuff like in Call of Duty where you're running through a map and it's just all gray. And that's one of the things that really pisses me off about Call of Duty.
Damn it, dude. I'm just getting destroyed.
It's one of the things that pisses me off about Call of Duty is the fact that I'm colorblind, sort of. Like, I get a little bit of that from my dad. So a lot of grays, I can't see people. So I had to turn on colorblind mode in Call of Duty, which I don't really feel should be necessary, considering this game has a lot of colors in it. It's not just one flat gray tone. It's actually colorful. The developers were actually not lazy with the art design of this game, where in most free-to-play shooters, they kind of are lazy, because they really don't care about the graphics. Like, Blacklight Retribution is probably the most beautiful game as far as shooters go before this game came out. And I will strongly back that up, because that game is very awesome looking, but this game definitely blows it out of the water, because the art style is more complete. It's not as sort of awkward, I guess you could say. Duck and cover in this game is awesome, though. Ah!
Oh, I got
But as you see right there, how that guy's sitting, you can cover behind almost anything. It's ridiculous. Like, you can cover behind like a tiny little box, or like a little tiny ledge. And that's the cool thing about this game, is they optimize the duck and cover system to be what it should be. And I think that's what a lot of people are going to like about this game, is the fact, one, there's no pay to win. If you say this game's pay to win, you're obviously a retard. But it's just so optimized, isn't it, Jake? Like, you don't lag a lot.
No, not at all. You don't lag at all.
So, is there anything else we should cover about this game as far as like stuff about it? I mean,
you could like, I guess no, never mind. I guess that could be more of my computer than anything else.
what?
So that's well, like if you, like my computer can handle high settings, but like for how beautiful this game is, I mean, it still has trouble. Like they still run it, but it still has trouble. So if your computer can't run a certain like graphics setting, you're gonna have really late response to like stuff you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's a good point, because there is gonna be people out there that have, less than par computers for this game. So you are gonna get a later response from everything, like you said. Good point to bring up.
I fixed it as soon as I turned my like I put it down to medium. I fixed it so everything responds like very good now. So kudos to them for having really good response time, because if not, you're fucked in this game.
Yeah, exactly. And what's really cool about the optimization is the fact that you can be on high settings. I personally can't run high settings.
Yes! Finally!
You got a kill?
Finally, dude.
He did it. You got a kill. But what's really cool is the optimization of the graphics engine. It's like what you said. You turned it from high to medium, and you now are consistent with the graphics. You're able to.
And the graphics didn't really change at all.
Exactly. And that's the cool thing.
Looks gorgeous.
I had that same issue, and I turned it down, and I'm completely fine now. Where in most games, you do that, and it doesn't, turn down anything, and it doesn't really optimize the game, because a lot of developers, I hate to say it, are lazy when it comes to optimization. And they could be so much better. Like Blizzard Entertainment and Rift's Plains of Talara developers, Tryon Worlds, are probably the best optimizers ever. They are so good at making their game look and play very well. And that's one of the things in the shades that you're seeing in Ghost Recon is the fact that you do have the optimization there that allows you to, on any computer, get it to be at least playable and responsive. That way you're not lagging, you're not stuttering, you're not missing shots because the engine isn't up to par like in some games, you know. So you have a lot of good, awesome optimizations going for Ghost Recon that just allow it to be a top-notch AAA third-person tactical shooter, where a lot of other games are sort of AA. They're not up to the AAA standard, where I think this game is probably the first. That and Blacklight. Blacklight and this game are up there. And they're both separate games. One's a run and gun, and the other is a tactical. This one's the tactical one. So if you're looking for a tactical online third-person shooter with an awesome duck and cover system, awesome graphics, and just awesome gameplay,
At least give this game a try. I mean, come on.
exactly. At least give it a try. You could sign up for beta right now. Machinima has a giveaway on their Facebook page. So if you go to Machinima's official Facebook page, there is a giveaway there for you to get keys. All you do is enter your first and last name, and you have to be signed into Facebook, of course. But overall, I feel that Ghost Recon Online is probably the most up-and-coming, best free-to-play shooter that is going to be hitting the online shelves pretty damn soon. So anyways, if you guys like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, if you want to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Lugo Entertainment, and twitter.com/ZachSharps. Much appreciated. Plus, if you sign up on both our social networks, you get up close and personal updates regarding the channel and regarding delays, stuff like that. And also when we go live, we did just get live streaming, so we're going live very often now. So check out.
I was just gonna say that, dude. I was gonna tell you to tell them about. Stay tuned this weekend.
Yeah, so this weekend
There'll
we're
be a
gonna
lot
be
of live
streaming.
streaming.
Yeah, we're gonna be streaming Ghost Recon, Terra, all those good games that are out there.
Lots of Terra.
Lots of Terra. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for coming on the show once again, Jake. You're always welcome.
I heart you.
I heart you too. Anyways, guys, as always, catch you guys next time.
Bye!